Hi, I'm Christian Martinez, and today I will be showing you 100 ways to use Claude for FP&A and finance. Now, I have created this mini app that is interactive, so you can see already all of the different use cases for Claude. Now, in each one of them, you can click on it, and then I'm giving you the prompt so that you can use it in Claude. How do you use this? Well, I have divided all of these different prompts into what you can do in Claude App, Claude in Excel, Claude Artifacts, we will be showing, and also Claude Code. And I have divided as well into levels from beginner, intermediate to advanced. We're also going to be demonstrating in this video a couple of the use cases. And as I was mentioning, I'll be giving you this link so that you can play around and copy all of the prompts. But as well, at the top, you see that I have my Claude in Excel guide and also other Claude for Finance guides. Now, if you go there, then you will see these Excel-based guides as well. So if it's easier for you, you can copy and paste the prompts from there. And I also have a couple of examples that we will be going over in the video itself. So you can also copy the prompts in there and also grabbing the datasets. Now, let's start with the different models that Claude has. So when you go to chat and you do a new chat with Claude, then you will be able to modify the model that you are using. So here, for example, I have Opus 4.6, Sonnet 4.6, Haiku 4.5, and I can even go and check the previous models as well here. So in this guide, I have the 3 different main models as for now. And when do I use them? Well, when you are trying to solve any more complex problem, then I recommend you to go directly to Opus 4.6. If you're trying to solve a more mid-complexity problem, then Sonnet can do it. And especially when you need fast answers, then I'll recommend you to go to Haiku 4.5. Now, where can you choose? As I was showing you, then in the web app or in the application, you can change the models in there. And you can also change them if you use, let's say, Claude in Excel. Right now, they have these 3 models in Claude in Excel. I'm also going to give you below my link to the guide of Claude in Excel if you are interested. Now, as per 1st of March, then if you have the free version, you can only use Sonnet and Haiku. And if you have a paid version, then you can use the 3 models. What do I mean now by the complexity of the problems? Well, here there are some examples. If you want to do either multi-scenario financial modeling, forecasting methodology, what-if analysis, and so on, I recommend you to go with Opus 4.6. If you want to do more mid-complexity, like variance analysis, commentary, data consolidation, or cleanup, or let's say headcount analysis, then go with Sonnet 4.6. And as I was mentioning, if you want to have some very quick answers for, let's say, financial report formatting, very quick data lookups, calculations, or even more text-based like email summaries, executive briefs, and so on, then you can go with Haiku 4.5. I'm giving you this PDF as well, so that you can go and have a look. And as well, I want to give you my guide to build great prompts for Claude. Now, I divided it into 6 steps. The prompt itself has 3, so I recommend you to just do a little bit of context of what exactly you are trying to create, and then the layout. So as you will be seeing on this video guide, there are these mini apps or artifacts that you can create. So in this case, for example, this one, I wanted to create a fully functional mini app. So I told it already here in the layout. And then all of the other assumptions and relevant information, I loaded into here. Now, what are the other three steps? The U, D, and the E. The U is just to use the right model and feature. I already explained to you which models we have previously. And what do I mean by feature? Well, you can use either the feature for, let's say, creating artifacts if you want to do mini apps, or if you want to create something more advanced, then I'll recommend you to do Claude Code, for example. Now, in here, you are defining then that environment. If you're using Claude Excel, Claude in PowerPoint, Claude Code, and so on. As I was mentioning, I have done a separate video just on Claude in Excel for FP&A. So I'll recommend you to watch it if you want to know how to use it for Excel and in Excel. And the last bit is outside or on Claude itself. It's the evaluation and the iteration. So even if Claude doesn't give you the best result at the beginning, I recommend you to iterate and try to improve the result, and always evaluate for the results that it is giving you. Now, for that particular prompt that I had in this guide at the beginning, then this is the result, for example. Now, let's go and start doing some of the prompts that you will be able to use from the mini app. Okay, so let's do the cohort analysis. Now, for this one, we'll be doing an analysis of this dataset. That I'll also give it to you so that you can replicate the same type of analysis. We have dates, customers, product, and invoice numbers. Now, in the interactive app that I was mentioning, you can search already in here for cohorts, let's say, and then in here you have the prompt. Now, this one, I'll recommend you to use it in Claude Code. So you can copy the prompt and add it into Claude Code. In here, then we will be pasting the prompt, and as well, we will be adding the dataset directly in here. So you do that by going to the plus sign in here, and then add files. And as I was mentioning, I'll be giving you the dataset so you can follow along. This one. And as we were mentioning, you can select the model that you need in here. For this, I'll be selecting Opus 4.6 and then sending the prompt. Now, it will start working on your dataset first, like it will start analyzing the dataset and then actually creating the mini app for you. As you see in the screen, it first started telling us all of the list of things that it will need to do, like reading and analyzing the Excel dataset, then building the interactive cohort analysis heat map, and then add the CFO commentary section. Now, in this case, I'm telling Claude to tell me and that I approve each one of the steps that it is doing. So for example, I have this first one in the screen and I click allow once. And I do that just to be aware of what Claude is doing. I also gave Claude just access to one folder in my drive. And as you can see, it's still now analyzing dataset, and then it will go and build the interactive heatmap app. So I'll fast forward to show you the result. So this is the result of the app. Now it will start checking that everything is correct and then give you the app running, let's say locally in here. And as you can see, we have the revenue, retention, customers, and so on. And then below, we have the CFO executive briefing that we asked, and some other analysis as well of product mix revenue and the 12-month retention by cohort. Now, let's go to the next analysis that we want to do. So in this case, let's do Monte Carlo simulations. Again, you can go here, and then this will be the prompt that we will be using. And for this, I also recommend to do either Claude Code or just mini apps. Now, let's do the mini apps one so that you can see the difference. And what we will be doing is in here, we can go just to chat and start either pasting the prompt that we have of Monte Carlo simulations or just type it, the mini prompt. So for this, the key thing is that we will say create a mini app or an artifact, you can say as well, that does Monte Carlo simulations dealing with dummy data, and then user can change it. Now for this as well, I'll be using 4.6, and then we can send that prompt. Now, in this case, there's this is one of the ways that you can create these mini apps. And what I wanted to show you is that when it does that, it will start creating the app itself. Now, there's another way to create these artifacts, and is by going in the left to artifacts, and then you will be able to see not just the artifacts that you have, but also the artifacts that Anthropic has created already. So you can check each one of these ones. And let's say if you like the QR generator, then you can click on it, and then you can customize it. As you can see here, the author for this one was Anthropic, so that you can click customize and then customize this artifact, and it will open another session in here, and then it will be, okay, I customize this artifact, and then you can tell it, call it code generator by So these are just very simple changes that we want to do on this particular artifact that Anthropic created. And as you can see, it's updating then the code that's in orange. Now it has my name, for example, and it can also be doing it for other more advanced things. Now here, then you could go to publish and copy link. And then this link would be available for people to use. That it's very similar to this one that I did in here for you with the 100 things. So you can just paste it there, and you can send this link to other people. And what they will be receiving is basically this same in screen that they themselves then can customize as well, but they can then already use it for their own purposes. Now, back to the Monte Carlo simulations that we wanted to create. So, as I was mentioning, you can go here to artifacts. And then to create a new artifact, you go on the top right. And in here, you can pick one of the categories, but I recommend you to just start from scratch in here. And then in here, we can then paste the prompt. So this one. And then we set it. it will start telling you what are the plans for this mini app and so on. In this case, let's say with React and record for the history and visualization and everything else in JS. And does it look good to you before I build it? With a yes, and it will start creating the artifact. Again, in the right side, you will see basically it's creating the code. Now, I have done this same prompt, but very similar prompt, in Claude Code as well. And I wanted to show you the difference between the two. As you can see, it is creating the whole artifact. So I'll fast forward so that you can see the result. Okay, so Claude already finished the Monte Carlo simulations, and in this case, it gave us investment portfolio, project cost, sales forecast. You can modify the parameters in here, as I was mentioning, and then click Run Simulation, and then it will create the simulations for you. You can change the number of trials in here as well. Now, as I was mentioning, this is the prompt on just the chat, on the artifacts, and then I also did it in Claude Code. Now, in Claude Code, I want to show you the difference. So it's this one. As you can see, the prompt was also very simple. So it was just this. But then the result was so much better. Now, it took a little bit longer to run this one. And then it saved basically in my computer. Now, I'll show you the result of that Monte Carlo simulation. And it's this one. So the version 1.0. Again, you can change in here the parameters, the number of simulations, the forecast period, revenue assumptions, and so on. And then run the simulation. And you can see, let's say here, these charts, revenue versus total cost, cumulative probability, monthly revenue, profit margin distribution, and scenario summary. Now, if you decide to try that one, I have improved already the prompt in here for you to try, but I want to show you that even with simple prompts, both Claude Code and also Claude Artifacts can create very good apps already. So in here, then, as I was mentioning, we have the artifacts, let's say, and I have 25 different artifacts that you can create.